okay. Support what you love, promote what you love. Don't bother putting any energy into what you hate, you know? I think there's a time, a place, a spot, and a storyline for almost anything and almost anyone. It's pro wrestling for a reason, you know? And so I'm really glad to hear you say those things. To me, that's just so important. So I love the more people that can organically say that and mean it and embody that, I think the better everything will be. So with that being said, what would be something that you would love to see change when wrestling comes back full steam and, you know, with all the changes it's currently experiencing, what would be some of the things that you would like to see change for the betterment of everyone in pro wrestling going forward?
I think maybe I loved seeing like people stick up for others when they saw that maybe they were being cyberbullied or for whatever reason, or just seeing that as a big thing. Cause that sometimes like it does happen in the locker room or, you're aware of it with other girls. And I think that just being able to stand up for that more, because I know like how tragic it was like with Hannah from Stardom, and everyone was just like, this is a real issue, and like look what someone who's so loved in wrestling and had such an impact in Japan, and to people like me who are foreigners who went to Japan, and she had an impact on me. And but it's not just cyberbullying, I think just bullying in general. And I think it, like a lot of the examples you were saying, like you were spot on with just understanding that like there's a spot like for everybody, and just because someone may be getting opportunities, it doesn't mean that you're not good or you're just as good, and so you can't get down on yourself for that. But that was their opportunity, and you can't compare yourself to others. And so I think it's just about genuinely being happy when someone's succeeding, and if you're not happy with where you are, then figure out what you need to do and talk to people about how can I take this next step, and not use it to have resentment towards someone else or for whatever the reason, because like everyone's journey is different, and there's a reason that wasn't your spot and that was theirs. You're going to have something else, and you can make an impact over here, and there's no better or worse way to do it. And it doesn't matter like the time either, because like the time will be right when it happens.
Yes.
So you can't feel like, oh my gosh, I've been doing this all these years, like it's not going to happen for me. Or how did this person who's only been doing this like 2 years get this opportunity? And it's like, well, that's their journey, and that's their path. Like you have something different in store. And I just always think it originates from working hard, and no matter what, like just always trying to learn and be a good person and be a good teammate.
Yes. Both of those, yes. I think that they're sadly lacking in a lot of locker rooms that I've been in the latter part of my career. There was fake solidarity instead of genuine affection for the people that you're working with, and genuine respect for the people that you're working with. Like you were saying, it's a team effort. If there's only one good match on the card and the rest of it sucks, are people likely to come back? Probably not. And if the people aren't going to come back to that show, eventually you're going to run out of people in the audience, and then eventually you have no show to work. You know, so it all matters, and you all have to kind of come together. And I agree that I would definitely love more of that as well. But I want to take that one step further and just be like, I want that to be the norm instead of just when it's trending. I think doing the right thing to do, regardless of whether or not it's trending, is always the right thing to do. And I think if we saw more of that, there would be so much less hate, so much less resentment, and so much more solidarity amongst everyone in the business, whether you're a fan, a producer, a booker, a promoter, or the wrestler, or the valet. You know, it doesn't matter. All of it matters. You know, the production people, how they shoot you, it matters. It can make you look awesome or make you look like you missed from 5 miles away. The gear maker can make you look like a mega superstar or make you look very not so good, let's just say. The person in the truck calling the shots from shot A to shot Z, that matters. The booker, whether or not he puts in the right marketing to get the people there, and then whether or not the wrestlers are actually promoting themselves, that all matters. Putting the work into your brand matters, and sticking up for what's right because it's the right thing to do matters. And it shouldn't be like, oh, well, what will people say about me if I speak up? Or will I get unbooked? Will this or that happen? Those what ifs, if someone unbooks you for doing the right thing, that those people weren't for you anyway. It was conditional. Yeah. And you probably wouldn't have reached your fullest potential as a superstar in that sort of environment, because that's more of a cage as opposed to a circle. And can you look around a cage and be inspired? Probably not. You should be able to look around a circle of people and be inspired by the people that you're around. Those are quality type of people. So I think if what you were saying, if we did that more and did it because it's the right thing to do, then maybe Hannah's situation wouldn't have happened. Maybe Ashley Mazzaro's situation wouldn't have happened. Maybe speaking out wouldn't have had to happen because it would have been happening all along. So I think that moving forward, you made such a great point that I want more people to put more thought into for themselves and hold themselves accountable, whether you're a fan, whether you're a wrestler, or coming together as a fan wanting to get into wrestling. Like, if we cut the cord on the bullying and cut the cord on the resentment and come together more as a team in solidarity, it doesn't matter if you work for WWE or Impact, if you're on the independents, if you're in CMLL or AAA, Ring of Honor, New Japan, Stardom, wherever you are, it doesn't matter. You're still a part of a team. And if we all work together, it would be so much better. And I think we can prevent so much damage. And I would love to see that, because I didn't know Hannah personally, but I somewhat knew Ashley Mazzaro, and that really, really broke my heart. She was somebody, she saw me being bullied, and I didn't really know her yet at that point, and she just cut the cord on that so quick. And she was just, I'll never forget her. And one of my biggest regrets was that I didn't even have a picture with her. And so when she passed away and I found out, all I could do was write this note about how much, she meant to me just on that one act alone. And she didn't know me from Adam. She didn't have to do that. She did it because she felt obviously that it was the right thing to do. And that to me was so amazing, because I'm sure you yourself have been in situations where you saw something and saw that nobody else was doing anything about it. We've all been there. We've all seen it happen. And so when you see somebody that has no stake in it whatsoever and does the right thing just because it's right and not because it's being filmed, nothing. Like, that's a good person. We need more of that. And then maybe those types of situations wouldn't happen anymore, and those, they have an effect on you. Like, I'm sure finding out about her passing, about Hannah, that will live on with you for the rest of your life, because it was so unexpected. She was so amazingly talented. Like, light years away from so many of us. Like, that caught me off guard. Like, I was a huge fan of her work. I never got to meet her, but I was such a huge fan of her work. I thought she was so amazing, so I do want to put a positive spin on that and hope that, these people and their struggles that led to them passing, I hope that it changes people so that no more people have to end up like that. And that it won't be an issue anymore, and that we can move forward being a better society and better people functioning in society, because I don't want to see anybody get bullied. I don't want to see bullying of any kind, whether it's cyberbullying or in person or, just that negativity, because we've seen it play out. And a lot of times we don't even know it's playing out until it's too late. But if more people join in on the conversation, maybe we won't be too late anymore. Do you know? Does that make sense?
No, exactly. Like, there's nothing but good that's going to come from trying to do good and try to be a better person. And so it's like, companies are only going to flourish from having like a tight knit group and having a roster that cares about one another, and matches are going to get better, and just more people are going to connect with wrestling. And it's like, if you love wrestling so much, it's like, how do you not like respect like your fellow sister, your fellow brother that's here with you? Because like, going back to the sacrifices, it's like we all sacrifice together, and it's like we're a family away from our immediate family. And
Yes.
we need to have each other on the road because we're dealing with one of the most difficult type of circumstances of always traveling, being mentally and physically drained from matches and training and this and that. And it's like, people need to know that they have someone there with them who is on their side. And it's like, yeah, it's like those people that are good people, they make an impact with you because you can tell they're genuine.
Yes. And that's, I think, the difference that is a real, I guess, a difference maker, so to speak. Sorry for the lack of words. I think that's the gumption that's missing, is the genuineness, the authenticity. You got to be free with your authenticity and know that there's no agenda behind it. Because once you have that kind of uplifting support, that's supporting you because it's what you should do and because they care, that can change your whole world. You know, it can be so lonely. And I do want to see that change. I want to see, even if you're a tight-knit locker room, you can still be welcoming to newcomers into that locker room, regardless of their experience, whatever their name is, it doesn't matter. And that, I think, is the hope moving forward. So I think that you're very spot on. I think a lot of people would probably join you in that opinion of wanting that sort of positive change for the betterment of everyone, not just women, but everyone in the business. I think everyone deserves that kind of, if you're a good person and you're putting your all into this, your blood, sweat, your tears, your soul, your injuries, your body, everything, you know, you want to know that you're doing that alongside other people that would protect you in a knife fight, you know, so to speak, and, you know, look out for you on the road, share the driving, share the, you know, the triumphs just as much as sharing in like the mistakes and the failures that help make you a better performer and a better person. I think that sort of solidarity would be amazing going forward, and to have just more openness and authenticity. I think that would be amazing. I think that all of that pressure being lifted will also allow the potential for us as superstars to be so much greater, because that fear is gone. That sort of suffocating cage is gone too, where you're afraid or you're skeptical or all these other negative emotions that you feel because the environment that you're in, you don't know what these people's intentions are, or if they like you, or if somebody wants to intentionally hurt you in the ring, or whatever the case may be. There's so many different scenarios that we could list. Having that lifted would make people such a better, in a better stance to be better superstars, and better for the people that are watching at home too. And I think that would be absolutely amazing.
Yeah. And like you said, not only when it's trending or when something tragic happens. It's like, that's why I really wanted to say that would be the main thing that I hope, like, going forward. It's like that's just something that you're practicing daily, and that we're all trying to accomplish daily, because we don't need more tragedies to bring attention to it again.